Man, what happened to video games? They used to be about the challenge, and now they just don't make hard games anymore.
Hey, kid, over here.
Hey, who are you?
I'm from the NSA.
NSA? Hey, I watched Snowden, I know my rights. You can't do this.
Ooh, who are you gonna tell? The NSA?
Wait, so can you guys just watch anybody?
Yeah. Did you know Chef Gordon Ramsay has slaves?
That's horrible. I mean, I could see it, but... Wait, what do you want with me?
You say you want a challenging modern day game. Well, I've got one right here.
Oh, Skyrim!
What? No, not every RPG is Skyrim.
But there's a sword.
I don't care. It doesn't mean anything. Just play the game. It's hard.
Are you kidding me? I made it to level 8 in Super Mario Bros.
That is impressive.
I mean, I used both warp zones.
Oh,
But I know what it looks like.
that's not the same.
I think it is.
No, it's not. Did you even beat Bowser?
What?
Did you even beat Bowser?
Who's that?
Are you kidding me right now?
No.
Are you serious?
Mario.
You know what? Whatever. Now listen. If it's a challenge you're looking for, then play the game.
Alright, well, I'm gonna get that now. They got that backwards compatible on the Xbox nowadays, right? Okay, I'll be right back. Developed by From Software and published by Namco Bandai Games, Dark Souls is the second installment in the Souls series. It was released to North America in October of 2011 for Xbox 360 and PS3. In August of 2012, it was released for Windows with some extra content as the Prepare to Die edition. Unfortunately, this version of the game is graphically inferior to its console-bound counterparts. Despite this drawback, it still holds true to the critically acclaimed gameplay and high degree of difficulty that the Souls series is known for. By the way, some dude made a mod that fixed the whole graphics thing on the PC version and then continued to make it better than the console versions, so, you know. Alright, let's whip up my little dude here. Ron. Tiny head, no other choice. Quite frankly, I don't see how they can expect me to play without a tiny head.
In the
Oh, you're just gonna sneak up on me like that. This early in the game, I might add.
formed, shrouded by fog,
Oh, yeah?
a land of grey crags.
Am I the guy who looks like a meatball? So the game starts you off in the Northern Undead Asylum, which acts as the tutorial area. The mechanics are taught by reading messages that are inscribed on the ground. Eventually, we walk up to our first bonfire, which is essentially the checkpoint in the game, as it's a location to restore HP, level up, and respawn from when you die. Oh no. This is no tutorial at all, is it? It turns out you're supposed to just run around the asylum demon. Then you're free to carry on with the tutorial where you fight some enemies, get your starting weapons, and finally come back around and kill him. Then, since you're the chosen one, a big bird comes and flies you off the island. Now, the real game begins. The bird takes us to Firelink Shrine, which is the safe haven and central location of the game. That's where you meet this guy who's a real demented Pee Wee Herman type. He lets us know that the first step of our pilgrimage is to ring the two bells of awakening. The first is up above in the undead church. The other, far, far below in the ruins at the base of Blighttown.
Ring them both, and something happened.
Oh, I'm sure it'll make all the little boys want to climb right in your van. I see it now. You'll be coming down the road, your music playing. I scream, you scream, we all scream, rape! No, don't do that. Don't laugh. This guy seems incredibly untrustworthy, but I don't have anything else to go off of, so I guess I'll just go and ring his bell. Oh. So I guess it's up to the undead church with me now. Oh! Whoa! Yeah, that's what I thought, Geico. Take a hike. This game wastes no time dropping you into the action. That might be a problem if you're really concerned with plot and character development, but with mechanics like these, you're bound to be happy. The objective right here is simply fight through approximately 18 basic enemies in a fairly linear environment until you come up to the first mini-boss. The task isn't as simple as it might sound. These are the most basic enemies in the game, but they put up one hell of a fight when you're still low level. After a few hours, I got sick of trying to slash my way through, so I just started sprinting past them all until I had them all chasing me like something out of Benny Hill. The mini-boss is no challenge at all once you realize all you have to do is climb the ladder and attack him from above. After you climb, he just stands there like an idiot. Now we get to meet Solaire of Astura, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. He says that he's come to this land to seek his very own son, and no, he's not talking about his child.
You find that strange?
Yes.
Well, you should.
Oh, well thanks for your permission, Soul. What? Do I have something on me? What's happening? Sully over here ends up giving us an item that allows cooperative gameplay called the White Soapstone.
Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun.
Okay, buddy, but you probably shouldn't do that for too long.
The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Oh, wonderful. You've got to love an unavoidable attack. Oh, look who it is. The big man on Mulberry Street over here attacking me from behind. What do you think? You're tough? Now you've got me face to face. What are you going to do, Frogger Jr.? Okay, I'm going to go around you now. Don't let me catch you around here again, alright, Barney? You better watch yourself. If you go under the bridge, the dragon can be avoided altogether and you can go right on to the next section. On top of that, there's a conveniently placed shortcut back to the bonfire, so I don't have to run through all those enemies anymore. Oh my god, what is that thing? I don't know how to go about this fight. This thing looks terrifying. Oh god, here he comes! Is he stuck on the column? Yeah, he can't get through these columns, so you can just lure him in here and keep hitting him until he's dead. And now he's setting himself on fire. Well, I took no damage in that battle. Once I finally get to the church, I can lift this gate up, making yet another shortcut. Then it's time to fight these Balder Knights who can really put up a fight. After luring them out one by one and delivering some very precisely timed attacks, I'm able to get through them and enter the church where you can fight this guy. Here he comes! And there's a wizard shooting at you from above. Oh, why is he so fast? Oh! It took me an hour and 26 minutes just to get back to this guy in one piece. And once I did, they still tore me apart. Eventually, I realized that there was a bonfire right next to the church the whole time. There's even a blacksmith down here that seems like the only NPC in the game that isn't deranged. What's down here? Nope! What's that thing on the ground? Now that I beat the boss, I can ring the first bell of awakening. And I get another shortcut, now this time connecting me back to Firelink Shrine. Now it's time to make my way to Blighttown to ring the second bell of awakening, but first, I have to open yet another shortcut to Firelink Shrine. Ha! This game's got more shortcuts than a computer. Then, I have to kill the Capra Demon. Alright, let's try this again. Before the animation for walking through the door is even finished, this guy and his dogs are already charging at you. How are you supposed to react to that? After fighting him upwards of 10 times, I finally managed to kill him, and somehow rather easily. Now I can continue on to the depths, which is the area just preceding Blighttown.
You. Yes. Hey, over here. Please, you must help me. Thank you. I would have been a supper without you. Been eaten alive. I shudder to think. Thank you. Thank you dearly. I am Laurentius, Lord the Great Swamp. I will not forget my debt to you.
Now, Lithuania, you're not going to explain to me why you were just trapped inside a barrel?
I'm fine, thanks to you.
Now hold up. I'm still having a hard time trying to wrap my head around this whole, I'm stuck in a barrel concept over here, because for me personally, this isn't a very common predicament.
Oh, hello there. I'm fine, thanks to you.
Okay, goodbye. Ah, here's another phantom. Who's this little fella? Ah! You got it, Phantom! Get him! Kill him! Let me get that last hit, though. Now it's on the Blighttown. Ah, finally we're here. This section is notoriously challenging compared to what we've done so far, so I hope I'm ready for this. Now I want to use this time to really get into the meat and potatoes here. First, I want to make it clear that I'm not trying to say Dark Souls is a bad game by any means. In fact, I loved it so much, I can't wait to get around to the sequels. I'm simply arguing that the difficulty of this game isn't all that it's cracked up to be. I was expecting a much greater challenge when I first turned this game on, and I was slightly disappointed with what I found. Many think this game is so hard because you die a lot, and I mean a lot. This doesn't automatically make the game hard though. The reason being, in Dark Souls, you're supposed to die a lot. In a truly challenging game, you're only allowed to die a limited amount of times before the game screws you over. In Dark Souls, you can die as many times as you want and you'll always respawn at the last bonfire you visited. Imagine if it was like Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, and once you got a game over, it sent you back to Firelink Shrine. Then you'd have to be a lot more careful not to die because the consequences would be much greater. Of course, you do lose all of the souls that you acquired in your life, which is the currency and how you level up. But as soon as you get back to the location that you died at, they can be retrieved. Now you have 2 lives worth of souls, and you can level up even more than if you didn't die. Now, I have to give credit to the trial and error style that this game takes advantage of. You basically just have to keep on dying until you figure out the correct strategy to overcome the challenge that you're faced with. And it's insanely satisfying once that strategy is discovered. Now the problem is, this whole style can be dismantled if you simply do some grinding. With the little time commitment that it takes to collect enough souls to level up and buy better armor and weapons, you can become stronger than the game anticipated you to be at that point in time, and simply overpower your enemies. Well, that wasn't so bad at all.
Ah.
Oh!
Hello. Was it you who rang the bell of awakening?
Yeah, but I wouldn't have done it if I knew I was going to be awakening Satan's nutsack! Sen's Fortress. This is what all that work has been for. When you first come into Sen's Fortress, you have to fight this lizard guy on a small bridge. Sometimes when you die and come back, he's just not there. But But then you die a couple more times and all of a sudden he's back again. Also, just in case you survived the fall off the bridge, they made sure you wouldn't survive the fall off the bridge. Oh look, there's something down there. Why am I moving so slow? Oh my god, there's another one! Ah! This place is more treacherous than Michael Jackson's theme park! That's right, there's traps everywhere, and if you don't tread carefully, this place will swallow you right up at every turn. With little perseverance, however, I found myself outside the fortress and face to face with the boss relatively quickly. And after a very fun battle and a couple retries, the Iron Golem went down and Sen's fortress was mine. Well, there you have it. It took me over 30 hours and I died 142 times, but I finally beat the game and it really wasn't even that hard at all.
Beat the game? What are you talking about? Look at the screen. That was only the first half of the game. Here's where it really starts. Oh, that was a good one.